Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense set on first down. From the gun. Give on the inside. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to pass. It's back. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our team.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going up top. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's back. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And off from the shotgun. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yard. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's dumped. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot. It takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Got it set up on the outside. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see them square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this play.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. See if they can get the edge on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Buckeyes want to crank their tempo. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking for a man, it's Howard. They're bringing heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42.
That is such a tremendous job by the defense. A flea flicker is designed to catch them off guard, thinking it's going to be run and throw it over their head. But how about the athleticism to get back into coverage and not just knock it away, David, pick it off.
Yeah, and it's just like baseball, man. It's like a home run or a strikeout with these big plays. Like they either work really well, but then the quarterback has the mindset of, okay, we got to make a big play. This is set up to make a big play instead of just throwing the football away and not making a mistake like he did on that play right there.
The play-action fake. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
He washed up. I've heard of bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Staring into the raindrops, and he muffs it. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun, the ground game. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
No gain on the play. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia 7, Ohio State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Easy. Dropping back, it's back. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. Bringing it back. The 30. The 20. Smashes ahead. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes! This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, the eyes get big as saucers, go jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
The give. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They'll try to run for it. Still running at the 40. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. They'll leave it with him. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Inside the 35. Can anyone catch him? And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Third and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution. Picking up not only the one, making it an even bigger play and getting the first down.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for use.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
And they have converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but this one a third and long. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dogs! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Auburn escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Tigers fans there today could have done without this one being so close. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Takes a shot as he lets it go. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his way.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Gonna run it. It's Henderson. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll go right back to it. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Hard running there.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quickly complete. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down. His ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Howard. Looking down the middle. He's got it. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top. Lets it go to the end zone. Fires into traffic. Picked off. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. It didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
He's looking for a man on second down. And the ball is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a first and goal. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Good, solid tackle.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. Trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Quarterback checking the play. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And this is an individual decision. Third quarter, got an opportunity to go up by more than a touchdown. A lot of people take the field goal here, but more and more the aggressiveness wins. I'm in a good spot. 4th and goal. It's not a long way to go. Do I want to go for the touchdown?
Pushes for the goal line. He didn't get there. Knocked back on 4th and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going back.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. They continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On the option. Now the toss. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here today.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you've got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Not able to pick up that 1st down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
Man, I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this 1st down.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Gets it out quickly. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
I think the defense was even caught off guard in that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
It's now 4th and goal. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Georgia 14, Ohio State 7.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. SMU is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by a field goal over Ole Miss. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Crosses the 30, he's got away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
The give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Pulls it in. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And a great job seeing the motion coming across the formation, understanding the jet sweep's a possibility, pulling the trigger, going, and getting the guy on the ground.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. To the air, it's Howard. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. Watch you make a big play. Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ballgame to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offensive turn. I need to score and score quickly.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Toss to the left. Runs through the tackle. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3.
Defense is going to need one more stop. This is the game right now. You just got one on that last run play, setting up 4th down. Do you bring pressure? What are we doing defensively here to make sure that we can get off the field and win this game?
He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, sir.
Afterburners coming to the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Quarterback will audible. Back to throw. It's Beck. The quick out. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And it's no good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
Georgia 17, Ohio State 14.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set. 1st down. Give to the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking downfield, it's Howard. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going up top here late in the game. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Bulldogs enter the final minute with the lead. Out of the gun, they give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College